This is my 1997 Jeep Cherokee Sport. I'm the original owner of this Jeep. It's 26 years old, and I've put 167,000 miles on it. I love this Jeep. Jeep just doesn't make Jeeps like this anymore. But the Jeep has developed some problems. On the rear passenger side, my window no longer goes up or down, and my power door locks do not work. I took the Jeep in for an estimate to get the switches repaired, and with labor and parts, it came in well north of $400, which is really pretty expensive. So I watched some YouTube videos, and I read the forums, and I decided that I would take this project on myself. Now, I want to be clear, I am not a particularly handy guy, but I just got the sense this might be able to be something that I could do, and so that leads me to this video. So in order to remove your door panel, and it's really a pretty straightforward process, you only need 3 tools. And technically you can get by with 2. But one of the things I would strongly recommend is go to Napa and pick up a bag of fasteners. Now, I purchased this tool right here, and I either got it from AliExpress or Amazon, but I actually got the whole package of fasteners. Interestingly enough, not one of these fit my Jeep, but I got the whole fasteners, and I got tools, and I got the pry bar, and I think it only cost me $8. I'd recommend consider doing that, but you don't need to. You can actually get the door off with just a flathead screwdriver and a Phillips head. So let me show you how. This is what these door panel screws look like. They're pretty simple, and what essentially you're going to do is take your Phillips head, and it's going to fit right into that X right there. Just like this. Again, I'm doing this one-handed, but it's going to fit in just like that. And you're going to screw it out. Remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So you're going to go counterclockwise to loosen the bolt and clockwise to tighten the bolt. Now there are 3 screws that hold in the door panel. One of them is right here, just above the latch, and 2 of them are right here in the door. Here and here. Let me pull away a little bit further so you can see where they are. So they're in the door handle, and then one is in the latch. They're Phillips heads, and they're pretty simple. Phillips head is basically this tool that has the big X on the bottom of it. It's a little bit hard to do one-handed, but basically you can take your Phillips head and take out all of these screws. There's only 3 of them. Oops, excuse me, lost my view. But there's only 3 of them. And this is the first one. And then we'll go into the door pull right here. And I think that it's pretty self-explanatory how to get this out, but let me just try to do this one-handed. So you guys get the idea. I'm going to just stop here for a second, and I'll pull both these bolts out. There were 8 or 9 of these little fasteners in the door, and I'll show you how to get them out. It's really pretty simple and uncomplicated, but if you break one, don't worry. That's why you bought the other bag. You can just replace them. So now once you have all 3 screws out, it's a simple process to get the door panel off. You've got 4 of those clips that I showed you before. There's one right about here, 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 and here. So you want to look around the circumference of your of your panel and see if you've got any natural openings. In this case, I don't. It's sitting flush against the door. So when that happens, all you want to do is take your screwdriver and just give yourself a little bit of space, bring your pry in, and it's out. Okay, and you can feel them when they come out. I just moved down, the second one's out. Bottom one is out. Okay, and just going to go around the door like that till you get to the section where there's a bingo, and just like that it's out. Now I can tell by taking these out that I'm going to be able to reuse these clips again. If you're careful, you can oftentimes do that, but if you break one, don't be concerned. You bought that bag of replacement clips, and you just simply need to replace any that you may have actually broken. They're actually designed to break away when you take them out. It's very common for that to happen. In this particular case, though, I'm going to be able to reuse them. So now, once the clips are out, it's just a simple matter of coming underneath the panel, lifting straight up, and your door comes away, just like that. Here is the electrical connection for the door lock, for the up-down switch on your door. It's really pretty simple. Just reach in here like this. I'll show you this when it's out. It comes right out. Now, you can see that little clip. You just squeeze that down a little bit and the panel will come right out. And so now we come to the only really somewhat tricky part of getting this door panel off. And it's not that complicated. Can you see those two clips there? One of them is white and one of them is black. Remember the right angle that points to the sky goes on top of those two bars, and the one that points to the ground goes to the bottom. Those two clips come off this way, just like that. You can take them off like this and like that. Now, I find that it's a little bit easier for me to take these off with a flathead screwdriver to get them started. So let me start to get one of them off and I'll show you what it looks like. You can see what it looks like when you get that little clip off. And then what you're going to do is just simply take this bar out right here from the clip. Now, before I do that, I'm going to take the black one off. But you can see, to put it back on, it just flips back like that. You want to be careful. You don't want to break these things. You just want to use enough pressure on them to get them off. So to take the switch out of the door panel, it's really a pretty simple process. There are 4 small clips on either side of the switch in the housing. You just want to take a small screwdriver and just pop it in and get these clips and get a little bit of space out of these clips, just like that. You see that? And we'll take this one over here, bring that one out, and then it's just a matter of working it out, working the switch out. There we go. On that side, out on that side. Okay, it's actually staying a little bit in on this side right here. What I want to do is just work it out. So you can see, and just like that, and it's out. See? So now we have the defective switch out of the housing, and I'm just going to pause for a second, get the new switch. I'm going to try and do this one-handed, but it's a pretty simple process. You can see that there's this little square, and that's going to fit at this end, just like that. And then all you need to do is just push it back in. Like that, and like that. That's all it takes. Switches back in, new switches back in. It's that simple. So now, to replace the panel, you're just going to reverse what you did before. We have this little bit of lip right here, just below the window, and the panel sits right on top of that and slides right in. Just put it in like that. Okay, and then it's just a matter of lining up the clips, make sure they're with the hole. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the door is back together. And so we're finished, ladies and gentlemen. Only thing to do now is try the switch. Down, up, down, up, down, and up, and you're finished. And now you've got $200 more in your pocket. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was very helpful for you.